your engine.
I got both you guys loud and clear. Check. I got you, Mike. Yeah, we got Fox. I got you on one, Mike. Good luck, boys. I got you. All right, guys. Let's have a little bit of fun today. Appreciate everybody's hard work. We'll just stay in it till the end for every point we can get, no matter what. Just like we've done the last 7 weeks.
And we are underway at Texas. Greg Biffle, David Reagan lead the field off tricky turn 2 for the first time.
I still expect to see Harvick moving up on the way he is moving up this corner. I expect to see him move up as the tires wear down. And talked to Jimmy Johnson's team, some of the guys in the garage this morning. I said, who looks good? They said, besides us, they said that 29 car is who looks good.
Got a big run off turn 4 there. Harvick going to go by Keselowski with the 29 car up to 12th place.
If Harvick's going to make a move for this championship, he's going to have to start here today. He needs to be up towards the front in the top 3 at the end of 501 miles.
Yeah.
We get to the end of this.
You carried the one.
We are seeing more sun on the track now as Matt Kenseth tries to take the lead away for the first time from Greg Biffle here today.
Back in the April race here at Texas, Matt Kenseth led almost half the race in winning in that 17 car. Now, after an accident at Martinsville last Sunday, he finds himself with a deficit in the championship, needing every point he can. And as it works in NASCAR, when you lead a lap, any lap in the race, you get 1 bonus point toward the title. Matt just collected 1.
Yeah, and he knows maximum points is what he has to have here, and pretty much at least in 2 of these 3 races, I think, to have any chance, unless Carl and Tony have some big issue along the way.
He really wants to find consistency and strength on this type of racetrack, the 1.5 miles. So I don't know what that was all about.
Well, what's happening is that 2 car of Keselowski is running that top lane, both ends, and he's getting a ton of momentum off the corner. And so he had just closed up using that straightaway speed right on that bumper of Jimmy. Now Jimmy yields it.
Just heard that radio. I believe that was Brad Keselowski saying, "Tell him thank you and I'm sorry about that."
Yeah, he caught him a little quicker than he anticipated. I think he was timing it to go high when he got to the corner.
That's right. He was expecting Jimmy to move down to the inside of the racetrack where he'd been running a little bit sooner than what Jimmy did, and that's what created that situation. But 2 professionals, that's the way you handle situations.
Remember, Stewart gave up a couple of spots on that first round of pit stops to stay out and lead a lap to collect the bonus point for the championship. And still side by side.
Yeah, it's so tough to make that pass down the bottom right now. Everybody fighting for some grip, and as we've said, it makes it more difficult. It looks like Tony's going to make that happen through turns 3 and 4 here now.
We'll see. Lap traffic there. That's his teammate, Ryan Newman. And Reagan going to rally back.
You can see Tony really fighting the wheel. He lost some momentum off of turn 4. That allowed Reagan to get back to his outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can tell you as miserable as Kyle must be on the on the bench, Michael McDowell isn't all that much more pleasant in the car. That car is a handful right now. He says it's a little better on entry after that last adjustment, but terribly tight through the middle and really pushing up on exit. And he's trying different lines, but he just can't find anything that works. You can hear the frustration coming through, but Dave Rogers on the radio trying to keep him calm. Kyle hasn't communicated on the radio that we've heard as of yet.
We're going to squeeze up in front of him there.
Yeah, not quite enough room there.
Carl Edwards lurking.
Tony really moving the steering wheel there. A little bit loose right in the center of the corner, but still fighting.
That lap to Kenseth. Tony's got him here.
Pretty solid lap times for Kevin Harvick. He's really been good through 1 and 2, but says the traffic and the dirty air have been the biggest issues. But it's interesting, we talk about how the track has changed. They have not made any changes to the 29 car each of the last 2 stops, but the handling of the car continues to be altered, an indication, Alan, that the track conditions are changing.
Absolutely, Vince, and are going to continue to change throughout this race as the sun sets and the lights come on and the temperature cools. And even during the daylight part of the races, the sun shines down on this track and the rubber off these tires wears into the surface. Jeffrey Bodine.
Good save. Come on, Montoya, what an idiot.
Second caution of the race. We heard a snippet from the Bodine radio there, something about Juan Pablo Montoya.
Looks like he may have blown a left front tire on the 36 car there. I don't know if he made contact with Montoya and caused that.
Well, Montoya's got some pretty good right front damage. Oh, what car was that? That was Andy Lally in the 71. That tire casing went up underneath.
Yeah, turned him right into Montoya.
Well, let's see if Casey Kane can do anything with Tony Stewart here. No, big bottleneck here.
Well, Kane really loose off as they try to exit turn 2. Marcus Ambrose rolling his bumper, creating probably part of that problem for him.
Ambrose going for second as Stewart smokes his way back into the lead.
Going to crash, and it's the 5-time champion, Jimmy Johnson.
In the grass on the front stretch off of turn 4. He was running in 9th position at the time.
There you go, right here, 4 tires.
Didn't have to go forward his pit stall. He spun down through the grass. Just drove right over to the pit stall to get 4 new tires.
Let's go, 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 go. Come on.
Well, he's going to get 2.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Trying to beat Tony Stewart to the line. Looks like he did.
90 laps to go. Green flag. Tony Stewart chose the outside lane for this restart.
I think he learned something from racing that 4 car earlier, that he wanted to be on the outside because he was able to hold off Casey Kane when Casey tried to pass him on the inside.
Matt Kenseth looking for a way around Kane. Going to be inside, going to be outside.
Matt Kenseth really the only driver that could keep Tony Stewart from getting that bonus point of leading the most laps here today.
And for 3rd place, Carl Edwards going by Matt Kenseth.
Maybe Carl's just been kind of hanging out a lot of the day, as you said, taking care of that right front tire issue that talking about they may have. Time to go.
Heard a couple of radio calls from crew chief Bob Osborne to Carl in the car after pit stops earlier in the race that they were some concerns about perhaps some specks of chunking out of their right front tire. Carl dropped back a little bit in the middle of the race. Time to go. Jeff Gordon says that the tire combination that NASCAR and Goodyear are using here at Texas is frustrating him. He says it challenges every weakness that I have as a driver. How's a tire challenge a driver's weakness?
First of all, I didn't know he had any weaknesses, but a tire can do that. And I think it has to do with the hardness. He has a hard time getting a feel for what the race car is doing, and then he can tell Alan Gustafson exactly what his race car is doing and what changes he might need to make. And there are times that you just get frustrated as a driver. You feel like that you can't help.
The top 2 in the championship with 3 races to go. Running 1st and 2nd here at Texas Motor Speedway. 60 miles to go. Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards going toe-to-toe on the track and toe-to-toe for the championship.
Now, Jeff, 140.
So 15 to go. Ryan Newman to the lead. Not quite, but almost.
Just had Michael McDowell trying to get on pit road and missed pit road, locked the brakes up really slow. Denny Hamlin is on pit road.
I'll tell you, this is going to be a stretch for these cars because Brad Keselowski went 57 laps at Kansas, the same size track, to win there and was just about out of fuel. And Harvick went the same amount, 57 laps at Charlotte earlier this year. There's Kim Burton, his wife.
Do the math for me. Do the math for me.
Oh, she's nervous.
Tip for me. We get by the half. I'm out. I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out.
that's it. Not even close. 5 laps to go.
Come on in here. We're going to splash it off.
No, just doing the numbers. It just didn't make it.
5 to go and past the pit entry, and he's got to coast all the way around the racetrack if he makes it back.
And now it becomes Tony Stewart there with Carl Edwards. You see 3 cars in between them.
We shouldn't even make the chase. We'll just be taking up the spot.
Check this out.
Carl Edwards.
That was a close call for Carl.
Boy, it sure was, and took away any chance he probably had of trying to run Tony Stewart down.
As Regan Smith there with Carl. Stewart dominating this race. He has spent 170 of 331 laps out in front. Stewart started this championship with a win at Chicagoland, backed it up the next week with a win at New Hampshire, then had the terrible race at Dover where he finished 25th. Not all that impressive at Kansas, 15th, but then 8th at Charlotte, 7th at Talladega, the winner at Martinsville last week, and a dominator today. He'll gain ground, not a ton, as Carl Edwards is going to finish second. But with his 4th win in 8 tries in his bid for the championship, Tony Stewart takes the checkered flag at Texas. Carl Edwards finishes second.
Great job, guys. Awesome pit stop at the end. That did it, man.
It's one thing to put it out there and throw the smack down. Tony Stewart backed it up.